All right, our last segment. I'm really excited about this one, guys. Because I'm excited to talk about a series that I've actually watched. Oh yeah, Fallout, baby. So Fallout was a video game first, and I didn't play it. If I had more time on my hands, I really think I'd be a gamer. I see a lot of these guys and the games they're playing. I'm like, man, it was like so much fun. A buddy of mine that I lived with back when he and I were roomies, he actually played Fallout. And I was like, dude, that looks like such a cool game. And it had the old music in it and had the nuclear stuff going on. I'm like, dude, this looks like a really cool game. Well, they just came out with a freaking show that's awesome. Like awesome. I haven't yet noticed any little woke agendas or any of this like messaging or whatever. They're telling a great story. The actors are phenomenal. I'm really, really digging it. We're going to look at an article. It's going to talk about kind of the viewership and how quickly they got greenlit for season 2. Now, I will say, I think I am all the way up to the last episode. So I have not finished the series yet, but I'm right there at it. We'll come back to that in a minute. Here's the article we're going to talk about. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. It says international audience drive Fallout to big showing on Amazon. Yes, this is an Amazon Prime series, which is great because I know some of the other ones they had just were not cutting it. So Prime Video says the series is its second biggest ever over the first 16 days of release. Dude, that's Walter Goggins, dude. And man, I've seen him in a multitude of things. I've seen him in some film festival films as well that I don't think I've ever seen promoted anywhere else. And he's always been a pretty good actor to me, but mostly I was talking to my buddy Dustin, who I've mentioned several times before. I think it was Dustin. Was it Dustin? Or it might have been John. Dang, can't remember. Anyways, I think he's mostly played just, comedic, fun roles, and this is one of his few more serious roles. He may have some little appearances here or there where he's had some serious stuff, but this right here, awesome. So let's take a look at this. It says Fallout has become one of Prime Video's biggest series ever, according to Prime Video. The well-reviewed show based on the video game franchise of the same name has become the second most watched title ever on the Amazon streaming service over its first 16 days of release, the company says. Prime Video says 65 million viewers worldwide have watched at least some of Fallout since its April 10th premiere, putting the show behind only The Lord of the Rings of Power in the streamer's catalog, which I believe The Rings of Power kicked off big and then fell very, 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 very short. You can tell me I'm wrong in the comments. I didn't watch it, but if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the most expensive or the most expensive show made, and it was not as well received as they needed it to be. I'm referencing my memories of Nerderotic, Geeks and Gamers, and all those guys, but I want to say they dogged the hell out of it. I can't remember for sure. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, call me out in the comments below. That's fine. That's what it's there for, apparently. Global audience have powered a majority of that viewing. More than 60% of Fallout's audience is outside the United States. The limited data from Amazon Jobs, with that from outside sources like Samba TV, Illuminate, and Real Good, all of which have tracked a strong start for the series. Nielsen streaming data lags by several weeks. Prime Video has already renewed Fallout for a second season, picking up the series about a week after its premiere. At that time, the streamer said the show was among its top 3 titles to date. So yeah, my understanding is once that second episode dropped and they saw how popular it was, they're like, okay, let's go ahead and renew this bad boy. But like I was, again, it was either John or Dustin. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching. I can't remember which one to get. I talk to you guys all the time about stuff and especially about the show. I can't remember which one of you guys it was saying now we're probably going to have to wait another year or two before we ever see anything, because it just recently got renewed for a second or greenlit or whatever for a second season. So they haven't even started shooting it or anything else. So we'll see. Hopefully it won't be forever, but the production quality and everything I've seen has been phenomenal. So I would rather them take their time and do it right than rush it like we were talking about earlier, Jessica Lange was talking about. I'd rather them take their time and do it right than rush it to just try to be profitable. But it is Amazon Prime, so who knows? Take your time, guys. Let's give the audience what they want, and they will come back. I promise you. I promise you. Star Wars, Disney, I'm looking at you guys if y'all would have done that. Screwed the pooch on that. let's see. But it says Prime Video had already renewed Fallout for a second season, picking up the series about a week after its premiere. I think I already read that. Blah, 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 blah. I did. Like the video game, Fallout is set some 200 years after a nuclear war and features a retro futuristic design and heavy doses of dark humor. Season 1 focuses on 3 characters: a naive vault dweller, Ella Purnell, who, cute girl, very cute girl. And my wife watches a show called, well, you know, The Vampire Diaries, and then they got to spin off the originals. And I sent her a picture of the 2 actresses side by side, her and this other girl. I can't remember her name right now, Phoebe something, I think. I said, they look the same, the jawline, eyes, everything. I was like, wow. She's like, I don't know if I see it. That's fine. Maybe I'm, you know, a dude. I'm looking at other stuff. I don't know. But anyways, cute girl. She does a phenomenal job in the character that she's playing. Really, really digging her. They're not turning her into a, I mean, yes, she's kind of a Mary Sue in a sense, but it, you know, with what she knows and what she can do, but she's also a coward and has struggles and has issues and stuff. And that's what we want to see. We want to see faults. We want to see, you know, issues and struggles and you know, scars and bruises, not literally, but like internally. Like, we want to see someone who has struggled, and we want to see them overcome their struggles. And she does that. And so, great writing. No criticisms there at all. Everything is earned. But it shows Vault Dweller, Ella Purnell, exploring the above ground world for the first time. A warrior member of the Brotherhood of Steel, Aaron Clifton Moten. I think it was John that said he's basically like Finn from Star Wars. And an undead ghoul, Walter Goggins. Awesome. Don't know how to say your name. Oh, Kyle McLaughlin, I guess. This person, Michael Emerson. I love me some Michael Emerson. In fact, I met Michael Emerson several years ago. Yeah, so he and his wife is actually from my hometown of Macon, Georgia, Carrie Preston. She was in True Blood and all kinds of other shows, and she's great. She's phenomenal. She came for a fundraiser, and I actually got to spend a little time with him, asked him some questions about, you know, getting into the industry and his thoughts on stuff. And he was super, super cool to talk to. I'm a huge fan of Michael Emerson. And who knows, maybe one day I'll get to meet him and I'll get to tell him about the advice he gave me and say, hey, you really helped me out with the advice, and I've been a fan. So he's in this, not for very, very, very long. Spoilers, I'm sorry. I won't get into them, but he's not in every single episode. Okay, I don't think that's a spoiler. But he's in this. He's also in the show Evil, which is phenomenal, even though there was some, like, a string of episodes that was like super woke. This episode was about this one's about this one, and they were all hitting these woke topics, and I was like, please just get through this and get back to the story. But he's in that. He's absolutely phenomenal. The first thing I ever saw him in was Saw. He played Zep in the original Saw, and then he's been in all kinds of stuff, Lost and whatnot after that. But I do love me some Michael Emerson. I was super excited to see him. And Matt Berry's also in it, and his voice is in it more than he is. But Matt Berry, or Matthew Berry, he's from What We Do in the Shadows. He was on the IT Crowd, and all kinds of other little British comedy stuff. He's got one of the best voices. You talk about Samuel L. Jackson or Morgan Freeman narrating your life story. Matt Berry's somebody, or Matthew Berry. I don't know exactly which one he prefers to go by. That's definitely somebody that I would say, yeah, I would love for him to narrate the story of my life. The dude's got an amazing voice, which I've been told I've got a pretty good one. Maybe this ASMR, all up in the mic kind of voice, you know. But I ain't trying to get y'all ready for that. All right, it's a Friday morning. We're going to get it started off right. We don't want you guys slipping and sliding out of your seats. But with all that said, I've actually decided that my next batch of Mayhem Reacts videos are going to be on Fallout. We'll do one episode of Mayhem Reacts per episode of Fallout. So it's like 8 or 9 or however many episodes I think in the series. So I'm going to cover that and kind of get my feedback on that. Again, as someone who's vaguely familiar with the video games, as someone who's a cinephile, someone who just loves film anyway, and then also someone who's a filmmaker. So I'm going to give my little, you know, the best I can, my reactions, my reviews, my thoughts on all that. So look for that. If you are into that kind of stuff, you're into reactions, go check out the reactions. Mayhem Reacts is on my channel. I've got plenty of reaction videos to trailers. We're going to do music, and we're going to do all kinds of other stuff as time allows. Those just come out sporadically whenever I feel like it. But the Fallout ones, Have not started recording those yet. We're going to start on that pretty soon. So it'll be rolling out in the next week or so. Definitely subscribe and turn on that notification so you can see those when they come out. And if you haven't watched Fallout yet, I highly recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. Go check it out. And absolutely check out anything Michael Emerson is in. He's pretty awesome.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.